Well, hello and welcome back. We are continuing this, basically it's a database sync walkthrough, learning about SQL, doing a little bit of a program along the way. So last time around, we were working on missing tables. So comparing two databases and finding the tables that were missing. Now, what I want to do before we go a little further into this one is I'm going to actually clean this up a little bit. So I've got my connect to database 1 and 2. I've got those little functions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, let's see. So we had three things we're doing. We were going to do, let's see, I do need that. Well, let's take this. Let's get this whole thing. And this is going to be, let's go ahead and do it like this. Is we're going to do these. So we've got, let's do source tables. Let's see, missing source. Oops, if I can type that right. We're going to do missing source tables. And we're going to do missing target tables. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. This will be a little easier to see. So missing source tables is going to be this one. Let's see. And let's do it this way. So we're going to send it source and target. And we're going to come in here and let's see. So we're going to get, let's see, source tables and target tables. And so that's just going to be here. So we're going to do new tables equals missing source tables. And then this is going to be source tables and target tables. Whoops. I'm going to do this mostly for readability. So I'm going to come in here, and that's going to be that guy. And let's do it this way. So I'm going to get that new tables. Okay, which equals that. And then here, let's do it this way. New tables equals that. And then we're going to return new tables. Whoops. Let's say we're going to call it missing tables. And we're going to go here. And then we're going to come here. Missing table. There we go. So we're going to do that. We're going to basically do the same thing. And actually what we can do is, where did we do that? We're going to take the same thing. So we're just going to say missing tables because we can. And now, because all we have to do is we have to just reverse the two. So where did we do that? Let's see. There's missing tables. Those are the tables that are not in the source. And then these are the tables that are not in source tables. There we go. So we can clean that up a little bit, shrink it down, simplify it a little bit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a new one. It's going to call create missing table. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it a, let's see, oops, this is going to be missing. So we're going to always do it in the target. Let's do that. Well, yeah, let's think about that a second. So let's go ahead and do it so we can do it either. So we're going to do for source, which is going to be dbc. In this case, oh, no, it's going to be actually in db2. So he's going to be db2, and we're going to give it the tables. And then we're going to come up here. Well, actually, let's do it here because we're going to do it. That's not what we're going to do, and then we'll move it in a minute. So we're going to do create missing tables. And we're going to give it a controller and a list. We'll call it table list. And so we have a dbc. There we go. So let's take this whole thing right there. And let's, we're going to move this up. And then we're going to talk about this a little bit. Okay, so what we're doing here, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what, okay, let's go right up here. So this is basically what a create looks like, which we've seen this before. It's not terribly formatted, but essentially we want to be able to create, to make this SQL query based on what we get back. Now, if we look down here, we're getting in our rows that we get back when we do our describe table, we get a column name, a type, whether it is nullable or not, if it's got a, whether it's primary key or not, there is a default value, and then there's whether it's auto increment or not. So first thing we want to do when we create, the first thing we're going to do is we're always going to have create table, and then we're going to give it the table name. So as we're spinning through our list, we're going to, let me do it this way. Let's sort of look at it as we're going through it. So if we're going to come through here, create a missing table, print the table, let's see. Why do I need describe query? I need it, oh, because I'm going to do it for each column. So let's do it here. Let's take that query, there. Okay. So I'm going to do this for my table name. And then the first thing I want to do is I'm going to create table whatever. So let's just look at that right now. And we'll see that we are creating that. So if we run, oops, I've got a key equals, oops, PK, what is P key? Oh, is equal to that. Oh, I forgot this. Let's see if that's going to work. There we go. Okay. So these tables are not in source. These tables are not in the target. So let's see, what did I get wrong here? So source and target. Oh, I didn't flip those two, I bet. Here we go. They're not in the source. So that's missing equals that. New tables equals that. So he's not doing that one. Oh, I need to send it. Wait, is that right? Okay, so I do source tables. I get target table. Let's look at that. So I missed something here. So there's my source tables. Here's my target tables. And if I look, so there's source, and then target is empty. So it should be source tables, missing tables. Okay, source is oh, that's why. Let's do it this way. Source and target, source and target. There we go. So now, okay, so that went, tutorial A doesn't exist. Okay, so Interesting. I didn't want, oh, because this is my list. Let's try that. Let's see. So there's address. Okay, tutorial.address doesn't exist. Oh, because I need to do it from the source. So here I need, so I need to get the source one, which is DBC. Yeah, that's a whoops. So here, let's see, DBC2, DBC1. So what I would need to do here is I'm going to need two cursors probably. Let's do cursor, let's do it this way. Cursor source and cursor destination. And DBC1 is my source. DBC2 is my destination. And now what I need to do is, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to describe. So I come into each table, I get my name, and then I'm going to do describe so I can get all of the details about that. And so he's going to come in and he's going to do a describe on the source. And so if I do, let's do print. Let's do the results. And now let's look at it. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. So what it's going to come through is it comes through on each table. And if we can jump up here to address, there's address audit, there's address. So it comes in and it's just going to print out what is the, wait, am I there? Yeah, okay. So if I go here, so we have table address, and you can see here, oops, it's the one above here. I do that, I do the results here. Okay. Right. Yeah. So here's the address, and we can see each row. We don't see it super well formatted here, but then we can see here's where I'm starting to create my SQL. So I can see create table address, which now I've got this piece done. So next thing I want to do is I want to come in and start using some of this information. So now what I want to do is come in with each of these. Let's move my quit. Oh, I didn't have my quit before. So I'm going to come through, and for each column, oh, and I do a print column in there. For each column, I printed the column information, which you can see here. Let's do this. Now for each one this time, I'm going to come through, and I have a couple things to do. Is first, I'm going to create a column. Oh, I didn't actually grab the name out of that, did I? So I'm going to add a column right here. So interesting. I said, oh, here we go. Nope. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I come in and I want to see if there is, and we can see here, if it's primary key. So if it is, I'm going to say that this is this name. I'm going to get the name for this primary key because it's going to be this column. I'm going to use that to create my primary key. And we'll look at that a little bit next time around. But now if column 2 is yes, this is whether or not can it be null or not. So I'm going to have to either create this with my column name space column 1, which is the type, and then null, or I'm going to do it with not null. So that's going to create this thing, column name, type, and either null or not null. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to say if I have that auto increment, because otherwise it's empty. If it's auto increment, then I'm going to make it an auto increment. Right now, I'm not going to mess with my defaults. So if I come through here, oh, and then it's going to wrap it up sort of, and it's going to say, what's my primary key, which gives me this right here. I'm not going to worry about foreign keys right now. So let's do that. So if I print, let's move that print down and then do a quit. And we will see that now I have this create table, which if I go look at something over here, I think I can do a format. Format SQL. There we go. So now I've come out of this and I can do create table, address, column type. Now the problem is I've got this auto increment coming up every time, so I'm not resetting that. So here, I want to do it here. I want to move that PK in. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to do PK here. Whoops. Interesting. I want it to be, if he's that, then primary key equals that. What am I doing? Let's see. Oh, I did auto increment. My mistake. Oh, here it is. I did that twice. I don't need it to be auto increment there. And if I look, let's see, auto increment should be, where did I put that there? Do I put a comma after it? I do not. So if we look, I probably don't have, oh, I do have commas. So I had a comma somewhere in here. Comma, 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 comma. Oh, that's what it is. So if he's auto increment, let's do this. Let's just do this. So if he has auto increment, otherwise he's just a comma. And so now if I take that and look at it and do my little create table, whoop, let's do it this way because that's going to be a pain. So if I take that and then format it, then we can see now I've got create table, address, I've got a column, I've got an increment, I've got either null or not null, and I come all the way down. And so if I wanted to create this in local database testing, I believe. Oh, and it's going to ask me to connect. And so let's say if I run this real quick. Oh, it says table address already exists. Oh, I think because tutorial it does not. Let's go look here. Okay, so he does it in tutorial. So now, if I put it in tutorial instead, I'm going to see that this table is going to exist. Integer display. Oh, so I don't really need that, but so it created the table. Let's do a refresh. And now I can see here's my table. Here's my original table. So now when I run this a second time through, address will not be in there because it's not going to find it missing. And so it moves on to address audit. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to actually execute this SQL, but that sounds like a good thing for us to do next time around. So I'll let you get back to it. As always, go out there and have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time.